Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I want to talk. I want to discuss something for a little bit. So, I was talking to Tap in his comment section, and so hang on. So, I said about two different things right here. So, the first thing I said was about 4 hours ago. I said, you guys ball on things so hard because you expect so much when they've got so little to work with. Now, here's the problem. Tap told me that Dev's getting paid in millions, by the way. And here's the thing that I also sent him about 3 hours ago, before that 4 hours ago. I said, Tap, I don't see why you're explaining the combat system and complaining about tourney dimension. Will be bad. Also, I want to ask, why do you keep talking about how it is delayed? Well, it delays because here's the thing. It's to allow others to catch up. Now, here's the problem. People talk about like how things delay. They delay it because they make it more easier to be able to get more quests. They want to add more shit for you guys to do. Because for one, it allows them to work on future updates and have more time because you have more to complete. Because when you have more to complete, it allows them to keep going. It allows them to keep, hauling ass and trying to do their best work. But here's my main problem with Tap. Tap keeps consistently, talking about how the game's dying. The game's not going to die unless you make it die. Now, I'm angry at Tap right now because the only thing he's done is consistently posted things about how everything's a problem. I mean, that's basically what him, Zombie, and a few other YouTubers I think I named on my first video about. All they do is they name issues, and they name issues that don't even make sense. Like when Tap's talking about like how they're adding updates, but they're just adding the same shit, like the same fruits, the same stands, everything. Now here's my main problem with that. He's talking about how all this stuff right here, like something like this, is a big problem to add, or the abilities that are the same, like that. What difference does it make? I legit want to know why he feels that he needs to dunk on everybody. Because my main problem is that he's consistently trying to go after the devs and trying to call them lazy when they've given us more in this update than we could probably chew. And I mean, that's good. Because for one, I'm not going to be bored. And neither is a lot of people that love to grind things. And I mean, I've already got Flame Dragon War. I'm getting Fallen Down right now. I'm working on that quest as we speak. But my main problem is with fucking every YouTuber and everybody always complaining about, oh, well, it's too hard to get Broly drops. Well, they make it that hard so you have to grind harder. The reason why they made it that hard is because people were getting Karuma so easily. Like, it was so easy to get Karuma drops. Everybody had it. I mean, there was not one person that I walked in that damn arena that did not have Boonjai mode. And if you don't know what Boonjai mode is this thing. That's Boonjai mode. Obviously, you don't know what it is if you're not an old player, if you don't know the actual name to it. But here's my main problem. People don't understand that things like this, they had to change the sound because they didn't want to take the same thing. And I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are talking about like how all this stuff is the same shit that we've already seen before. Well, it's the same shit because it's supposed to be. I mean, it's not going to be... Why would they want to make it different? If they made things differently and they reworked everything, that would take almost close to like... So think about this. 6 Dimensions, right? 6 Dimensions was where they left off. And we've got Dimension 2 right now. Imagine their whole dev team reworking everything in this game, the combat mechanics, the fucking training areas, the training area, buffs and everything, the events that you get, the fucking champions, like how their stats work, what their timers are whenever they give you a specific amount of stats every single time that you're standing in a training area or whenever you're running around. And then you've also got to think about the combat swords as well, like how they're going to swing, what kind of damage they're going to do, the damage basis, the multipliers on each one of the stats, and what's going to multiply to what on each stand or whatever specials that you got. And then the specials, they have to rework the specials. That is more shit that devs do in a day or like close to like an entire year, because that stuff's going to take a long while to rework. And here's the worst problem. They're going to have to find something that actually fits it, because if it doesn't, it's not going to work, because then they can't do anything. So it's kind of like you got to realize that you're wanting more from a dev team that is still trying to get this out there. They want you guys to play the game, but at the same time, they don't want you consistently asking for big things like that. Because if they go to attempt to rework this, you are going to be sitting on your ass for maybe months to a year, and then you're going to come back to it and go like, I don't know where the fuck anything is. And that's the reason why they don't do that. The reason why they don't do that is because if they rework everything in this game, they will make it so confusing to where their player base will drop faster than anything. Because the player base is not going to want to play something that's brand new, that's in the same core mechanic no matter what. It's just new VFX. So what's the difference? What's the difference between Tailed Beast Spawn here, right? I don't see the problem with that. I mean, it's the same thing as Flame Dragon War. So what? It doesn't matter. Now, the one thing that really pissed me off was when all Tap's doing is consistently talking about how the devs are lazy. Like, they're just copying nostalgia and just putting it in the game and then, you know, seeing if it suffices for everybody. It works for everybody because everybody wants to catch up. And there's a reason why they delay updates. They delay updates because they're giving you time to get things. There is people who do not pay to win, like Tap over here, alright? Like, Tap over here talking about, like, oh, well, you know, the updates are so delayed. Well, guess what? You pay to win, don't you, Tap? You pay to complete the Battle Pass. You don't do this by yourself. You pay to skip tiers. And you know this, because, look, now they even do this. Right here. Because, like, skipping 0 tiers. Can't buy that. But, when you do this, right here, then when you do plus 25 tiers, guess what? You're paying money for it. I mean, I don't understand why he thinks that he doesn't pay for stuff when he knows he does. Because that's the only reason he knows what any of this stuff does is because he consistently pays for it. And then he complains about people using their money wisely when he's got this Game Pass owned and this Game Pass. He says that he doesn't own these two, but it shows that he owns them. And here's my other problem with that. He says that you're not supposed to spend your money on this game like it's a waste. And then he says that this is better than whatever this is. I don't even know what this does myself because I haven't bought anything here. Also, another thing. I don't like the fact that every time Tap makes a video, he's got to always have something to complain about. Even if he praises the devs on doing something good, he always has something to complain about the community and then tries to side with them. Now, here's the problem. There are certain people in the community that act like, oh, well, I've played this for a long while and I've really enjoyed the game. I don't care how long you've played this game, because if you have, you would be able to appreciate and respect what you are given and gifted as the player, rather than consistently being a stingy, no good, greedy little bastard that needs more than what they already have on their plate because they don't like what they get at first. And that's the problem. Because, respectfully, I don't do that. I don't ask for more, I don't ask for less. I just want something good and I want something to have because it'll be wonderful to enjoy. But the other problem with that is that when you've got like people like Tap, Zombie, the Brankston, all these other YouTubers popping up and saying, "Oh, well, it's not okay that you're not giving the people all the stuff that they want." Well, guess the fuck what? You don't get everything that you want. You don't deserve to have everything that you want. Because you want to know why? Because you aren't special. You're a human being just like me. You are like everyone else in this fucking community. I don't care if you're a famous YouTuber. I don't give a shit if you buy fucking Lamborghinis for a living. I don't give a shit if you were gifted money from your dead grandfather, for Christ's sake. You don't have any right to demand things from people because you don't have what you want. And that's what really pisses me off with some people. Because there's some people that take every single wish like that for granted. Especially when it comes down to people like Tap, for example. I'm pretty sure Tap didn't even live in a bad life. Because, I mean, here's my problem about it. There's people out there that sit there and they say that they have a bad life. You didn't have a bad life because you want to know why? Because if you had a really bad life, you would be able to appreciate a game for what it is. Alright? You'd be able to do that. But now, you'd still be able to have the common sense to be able to see if a game's bad, where it is, and where it stands. But you don't take a game for granted and talk about how, oh, well, this game sucks ass because it doesn't hold up to my standards. Well, guess what? Nothing ever holds up to any standards. Because you want to know why? Because I sit over here every single day, and I got to see YouTubers complain, gripe, and be little assholes about it. And it's like, well, I still want to feel special. Well, you're fucking not. I want you guys to know that if you need to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me personally. But, I mean, the only thing that I want to know is I just don't understand, like, why everybody always has to be an ass. The only ones that I haven't seen being an ass is Jazzy and Kevin. Because, not because they need to speak out, but because, personally, they're good people. Jazzy's in college, and, I respect that. He chose his choice. But he's not going to dog on the game like an asshole, like Tap over here, or like Zombie or anybody else, and Kevlin hasn't either. I mean, Kevlin even specifically explained, in his own honest opinion, that you play until your heart contempts, and no matter what you have, you always want more, right? And a lot of people, especially Tap, and everyone else doesn't understand that, and there's some people that try to back Tap up, and it's like, I don't care if you own a Discord server, buddy. You are putting your idealisms on your own Discord server, and then trying to say that doing that is not okay. And my personal problem with that is that I don't see why people have to act like an ass. Because respectfully, I don't think it's okay for people to continuously keep doing that and then trying to piss everyone else off. Because I guess what? If this game goes down, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be really pissed and come up in the comment section and start harassing people because they want this game. They want to play this game and they want to enjoy it. Nobody wants to play the game and have you be an ass. Like, legit. They don't. I mean, I wouldn't either, because here's the problem. A lot of people want so much, but they get so little, and then they want to complain about it. Like I said before. And I'm going to keep reiterating it. But I want people to know that, personally, if you are willing, and I mean that you are actually willing to sit there and let people know that you enjoy what you have and what you have been given, that's good. That's a good thought, and that's good mindset. But don't be like Tap, don't be like Zombie, who expects so much. Because when Zombie was talking about trait rerolls and shit, and we're not going to go on this drama again, but this is just an example. People never ask questions when they're supposed to. And when people don't ask questions, they say that they're confused when they're not, because they could have asked the question and then got the answer when they were supposed to. But they didn't ask those questions. They decided to go right to demanding shit. Or trying to, get it as fast as possible. Now, I just want people to know that I would rather you guys reach out to me and talk to me, because honestly, purposely on this kind of topic, I'm going to be making probably a Discord server myself. And I just want people to know that no matter what other people say, no matter if somebody says that the game's garbage or something, I don't think the game's garbage. I think that it's just, the game itself is great. I love the game, I love the content in the game, and I love that I got a whole bunch of shit to do. Because here's the thing, if I didn't have any of this to do, because I was about to complete I already had all the Valentine's quest done, almost. But now that I've got more shit to do, and I'm going to earn more stuff, I'm going to get more powers, I'm going to get boss drops and shit, I'm going to have fun. And then I have another special that I get to try, which is an armament, which I haven't bought yet, obviously, as you can see. But, okay. Best stand in the game. Best fruit in the game. Basically, almost the second best quirk in the game. I've got the best fucking grimoire in the game. I've got the best bloodline in the game. Breath style, I haven't worked on that yet. I still need to finish that. And then Kage, I've got the second best Kagu. Or whatever the fuck its name is. I don't know. People who know anime know what it is, but I don't, because I don't watch anime. But I think it's better for people to just understand, to enjoy things that they have, rather than trying to take everything for granted and trying to consistently add more onto something that the plate cannot hold. But I hope this was really informative for you guys. Sorry that I was going on a ramble, but respectfully, I just really hope that the world changes. But honestly, how do you ever know that? Because nobody ever changes their life, because it's like, once they're spoiled and once they're given whatever they wanted, once they make content. Because I'm telling you right now, if I went back, the only thing that he really ever did was just constantly complain about shit. Most likely. And to be honest, I feel like that's just a lot of YouTubers now. It's the content creators say nothing positive about the games. They've always got something to complain about. I want to be positive about this game because I want this game to live. This game's great. And I've played this game for a long while, and Tap I don't think has played that long given the circumstance that he knows barely anything about this damn game. Because I'm telling you that if I asked him questions about the game, he wouldn't remember shit. Because he just wouldn't. And the worst part about that is that with people like him, he expects a lot to little to know nothing. But I hope this was really informative on you guys, and I really hope you guys were able to get across my opinion. If you don't agree with me, you don't have to. That's up to you. Where the fuck did my champion go? What the fuck? What the hell? Where's she at?